Misfit Nation.
I want to start my campaign where we convince women to go back to just worrying about their eggs. That's all we want.
First of all, you lost me when you said convince women.
No, we have to band together, man, to protect our women and make them go back to worrying about their eggs.
Women is more than just making babies piss.
No.
No.
F it. Worry about your eggs. Your biological clocks are ticking before you're f***ing useless to everybody.
Oh, man.
God gave us a cheat code. Use it.
Of creating life?
Yes. He slowed them down for a reason.
Yeah.
They bleed every month. We can't have that out on the battlefield. That's all I'm saying. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling women to just worry about your eggs. Beautiful.
I don't want to see that.
I'll deal with that from now on.
Okay, got you.
The ambition. Shut up.
Bro, you know. Right, so.
Good day. Hello, folks. How you all doing out there in YouTube land? I am Crishaun the Don. Welcome to Tough Love. And today I'm going to be doing something that I should have done earlier in this series, because I've always openly admitted that I'm a sexist. I'm a proud sexist. I have no problem admitting that. And I need people to understand that also disqualifies me in today's world from ever being a manager at a job, you know, from ever being a boss or holding a position of power, because I acknowledge reality. But yeah, I am indeed a sexist. Now, I think that has been very misunderstood, misconstrued. And you know, I understand I'm playing a dangerous game in the political world, but you know, it is what it is. Part of it is hyperbole, but I'll be honest, most of it is what I truly believe. And it's not even what I believe, it is what it is. It's nature. You're gonna hear me say that a lot today. It's nature. It's life. See, you know, and specifically I want to talk to women here. Men that claim that they're not sexist are either naive, brainwashed, or just plain lying to you. You know, I just learned, you know, being a sexist. I became a sexist because I was a realist first. So just being able to acknowledge the reality of the world and acknowledge that men and women are entirely different. Obviously, we're all people, but we're different. We think different. We act different. We behave different. We feel different. And I acknowledge that, and I live accordingly. So by today's standards, that does make me a sexist, which is why I do accept the term. Though I do believe the term has been villainized. Or, you know, let me take that back. Actually, it hasn't been villainized. I believe that the term sexist is actually not even a real thing. I don't even believe it to be a real term. I believe it was people who did see the world how it was and couldn't accept it. And couldn't accept that men treated women differently. And women treated men differently. And we're different. Men have, I would say, more strengths than women do. But women's strengths are very important. Extremely important. And, you know, I think people just saw that and couldn't accept it for whatever reasons. I could name off whatever reasons those are, whether it be politically, whether it be just, you know, a man that couldn't live up to the standards of being a man. So they created this term sexism, which to me is just nature. It's just nature. Through, all species of animals, there are sexes, there are genders, and they are very different from each other. They have different roles, they have different purposes in life. It is what it is. I'm sorry. So my thing is, I just learned that not only that it is nature, but keeping up with those traditional gender roles, I believe, are imperative to maintaining a happy and successful life, relationships, family, and society in general as a whole. It always has and it always will. Our generation isn't special. Our mothers didn't breed some kind of special super female. That's not, there's nothing in the water that makes women more strong now than they were in the past, the past generations. And those women weren't holding themselves back. That didn't happen. It's not real. We didn't fix anything with this. We didn't change anything with feminism and with giving women power. We didn't change anything for the better. Honestly, we just made it way, way worse. Way worse. Our ancestors had it right, and their women showed it by being secure, by being loving, by being women, by playing their roles. Our ancestors had it right. That's why I titled this video, "The Past is Our Future." And that's why I am a sexist. And that's why I also encourage men to be sexists. Because I believe that's going to be what is going to fix this fucked up world that we live in. That's going to fix women and how they behave. It's going to be the thing that innately ends feminism. And it's going to be imperative to our survival as a species. That we are a patriarch. So I'm gonna show you a video in a minute. I'm gonna actually show you two videos. I'm gonna show you a video of a woman that completely doesn't get it, and then a woman that completely gets it. And what I mean by that is a lot of men, I believe, are not open about their sexism, because they know how villainized it is, and a lot of men can't take that pressure. A lot of humans just can't take that pressure. And that's what I think needs to happen, is men need to step up and just admit that they're sexists, because then it villainizes guys like me who are open about their sexism and are honest with women. And then they look at me and go, "Oh, not all men think that way." I'm like, "Yeah, they do. They just don't say it when you're fucking around." And women know it to be the truth. Women know it to be the truth, because every time I've ever been with a woman and I explained it, they not only understand my point of view, but they love my point of view. Because women don't like power. Women don't enjoy being in control. They want it. They claim they want it, but then when they get it, they don't know what the fuck to do with it. I mean, look at all the, for instance, I'll put it this way. Women won or were given the right to vote at some point, right? Now, in my opinion, I rarely ever find a woman that is into politics. And I think it's very rare to find a woman who's into politics, as in, like, understanding the policy and understanding everything like that. As opposed to women voters who are usually voting based on emotion. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying though is I don't believe women had the right to vote because initially I don't think women cared about politics. I don't think women do care about politics now, to be honest. Because when you actually try to have a real political conversation with a woman past emotion and past identity politics, they're not interested in it. They're not interested in it because it's not easy for them to understand. They just don't get it. They don't get it. So I don't think women wanted the right to vote, especially back when they got it. I'm sure there was a few loud vocal bitches that wanted the right to vote or, wanted to complain about not having the right to vote. That's what I think it was. But yeah, I just don't see, I don't think that's innately in their interest. They don't enjoy politics. They always, when you get into an actual political conversation with a woman, they'll always just break it down to, well, I just don't think that, whatever it is, could be guns. Well, I just don't think that, there should be guns out on the street because they're scary. It's not based on any kind of logic, any kind of knowledge. None of their politics are. Women typically don't like to drive. Not saying they can't. Most women, I don't think they're greatest drivers, but most women that I talk to don't like to drive. They don't enjoy it. They don't like driving, especially when they have a man in the car. Especially when they have a man in the car. Innately, they don't want to drive. Not saying women shouldn't have the right to drive. I'm just saying maybe they didn't, initially have it at one point or they just didn't because they didn't want to. They just didn't want to. It's as simple as that. Women like chivalry. Women like old school men that treat them like women. They might not say they do, but they do. When have you ever known a woman to say what's on her mind matches what she actually does? Trust me, that goes across the board all the way into culture and politics. And yeah, women make emotional decisions, and these politicians and all these people know that women are emotional because they know the thing is they always talk about how gender can be transformed, and that's not true. It's emotion. Emotions are trans, not gender. Emotions. Because you can transfer and transform any emotion into another emotion, or you can there's with a woman there's a veil between love and hate. When a woman tells me she hates me, I like that because that really means she loves me. She has an emotion for you. She just hasn't transferred that emotion yet. Once the anger dissipates, then she goes, well, why did he get in my head like that? Why did he make me think that way? Yeah. I mean, that's the whole game. Once you realize that a woman's emotions can be transferred and transformed, a good man will use that for the betterment of his relationship. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is not just to, bash women, is to explain that factors into women's decision making. Women don't make good decisions. Or their decision, I should say, not that they don't make good decisions. Their decisions are based on what their emotion is at the time. So if she's mad, she's going to make a bad decision. She's mad, she's sad, she's with a negative emotion. It's going to lead to a woman on her, under her own, control, left her own devices, she's going to make a bad decision. That's why usually women, when they're in those states of mind, they're usually seeking out a man for some kind of advice. Because they know also their girls are just gonna lie to them. Their friends are just gonna lie to them. Because they know, you know. So what I'm saying is that goes into now making decisions based on emotion. Leads into why women don't make for good leaders. And look, there are horrible men as leaders. Not all men are leaders either. I just think it's in a man's nature to be a leader. And when he's pushed or pressured into a situation where he has to become the leader, usually a man is going to step up and be that. And that's, you know, working under pressure, working under high emotions, working, you know, under, these are things that women can't do. It all affects, it affects them too much. It affects their decision making. Sure, we all have female coworkers, and we've seen it. The one bad thing happens in their day, and it's ruined. It's ruined. And not only that, everybody else's day is ruined too, because her day is ruined. So you put that in a leadership position. But again, like I said, it's hard to find good leadership. Period. And the problem is that men, you know, patriarchal or masculine leadership has been villainized as well. It's a man is looked at as a you know, I guess just to boil it down to the simplest thing, they're looked at as evil for leading as a man would lead. They're looked at as chauvinists. They're looked at as you know, misogynists and all. You know, it's just, it's not, it's ridiculous. It's not, it's them trying to disarm us of our actual leadership. They want us to think of emotion. That's why it's basically ingrained in corporate training now. And it's all to tailor to female coworkers. It's you got to hold yourself back. And again, no, I just don't believe any man that's a true leader is going to actually do that with his company. Something is being forced somewhere to do that. But yeah, I mean, I just believe that that's why you see that. That's why you see it really across the board. It's failing. This experiment that we're living in, this societal experiment where we're going to make women the leaders and we're going to live under a matriarch based on, you know, built off the backs of men, however that's going to work. All right, sure. But yeah, again, people will go, oh, well, they're, you know, I make this argument all the time, and people try to point at leaders, women that have been leaders in the past. And it's like, yeah, dummy, I'm not saying women can't be leaders. I'm saying innately, they're usually incapable of thinking and making good decisions based on their nature. I don't know why that's so hard to understand. I don't get why it's so hard to get. Women will agree with this, except if it's in the context of being leaders and being bosses and being in high, you know, power positions. It's this odd fucking competition they have with us. This inevitably losing battle that they're in with us. And I think it's because men have given them some kind of false hope that, yeah, it is true, sweetheart. You can do exactly what I do. Whatever I can do, you can do. And they don't realize when they say that shit that they just lose all respect from their woman. That's another thing. Is when you actually acknowledge that in a relationship, when you play along with that shit, she doesn't treat you like a man. She treats you like an equal. And then you realize, oh, wait a minute, we're not actually equals. Why you treating me that way? And then she doesn't actually treat you like an equal. She actually treats you like a doormat because, again, women don't know how to handle power. Yeah, So I mean, listen, what makes a good leader is, you know, somebody who can take criticism on their leadership and on their ideas. A good leader has to be able to self-reflect on their decisions and admit when they made a bad decision, admit when they're wrong, take other people's advice and factor that into their decision making. Now, I just ask you, what woman do you know in your personal life that innately possesses those qualities, that can take a criticism without getting emotional? I'm going to let you think. Yeah, I just don't see that. I don't see that. I asked in my last video when I talked about the HR. I'll give you one more question. Name me one woman who has ever innovated a company that she's been put in charge of. Like, we look at her and go, wow, this company wouldn't have been shit without her. Name one. On a but this is the caveat. It has to be on a product that's helped society or affected society even. I'm not talking about a fucking makeup line. She's the CEO of fucking CoverGirl. Don't care. Don't care. Should be a woman in charge of that. Maybe not even. Because now we're talking about just a business. Anybody can run any business as long as you know the product, you know what sells, what doesn't, what regions it sells, what regions other things. It's you got to learn how to break shit down. A woman will go, well, I really like that makeup, so I'm gonna sell that. See what I'm saying? It doesn't work. Doesn't work. And I've been waiting for that goddamn name of a woman that's innovated a company since I did that video. I think that was like a week and a half ago, maybe longer. Nobody's been able to give me an answer to that question. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna play one of these videos, and then I'm gonna let me see if I should play. I'm trying to think of which video to play first. You know what? I'm gonna play this one. I'm just gonna show you, you know, a little bit on the decision making thing that I'm talking about here. So actually, let me give you the full screen, and then I'll go to that. So yeah, all in all, that's why, for the most part, I say that I believe most men agree with me in secret, because it is what it is. It's nature, it's reality, and most men are just too pussy to say this to their woman, to their mother, you know, to just some random bitch they're talking to. Men are pussies now. They're afraid. They're fucking afraid. So yeah, and if they're claiming they're not sexist, they're just naive, brainwashed, or straight up lying. That's what I believe. All right, let's check out this video. So this is a, you know, if you're not Jamaican, maybe you won't understand the words coming out of these dumb broads' mouths. But I'll explain it. I'm going to play the video and then I'll explain it. So this is a woman talking to her grandmother, asking her grandmother for some advice on something. Just being vague on purpose, but check it out.
So I find a little man, and the man, I find a man, right? And him a 50 years old, but me a 20, and him like me. What am I for do? You think I'm for there with him because him
yeah, money take it backside.
If him what?
If you have money for you, take it.
Take it, but not there with him though.
Oh yeah, there with him for.
Just take the money, so.
Oh yeah,
so him not gonna want something, mama.
Take your hand and kiss me.
Lord God. So I tell me to take the there with the man and take
Kiss him
the
on your hand.
kiss him on the man and take the money. Alright then, alright. Now send
Side
up.
of it. How much money that?
Around 20,000.
What?
Yes. Yes, this is 20,000.
Kiss him all your stuff.
Oh, me I kiss him all over. Kiss him
All over.
all over for the money. I mean, me and you take it, right?
Kiss him.
Alright. Me, the money for me and you, right?
Oh, you mean?
Alright then, alright. Me, alright.
So yeah, this now obviously this is supposed to be done in with comedy in mind. This is a female's brand of comedy. But the comedy in it is supposed to be that the grandmother is serious and she's coming to her with, sort of a funny situation and asking her grandmother for some advice. Long story short, the point of me playing that is to show you that even this old hoe is making a bad decision. She's basically encouraging her granddaughter to prostitute herself. Ha ha ha. That's hilarious, right? That's funny. But what I'm saying is that is a woman's idea. I'd like somebody to show me the equivalent. Somebody show me a woman asking her grandfather about this, which she would never do because she knows the answer. Any woman would know the answer asking her grandfather this. That's why she's also whispering it, so none of the men in the house can hear her. Because they'd bust in and go, "What are you, a fucking whore?" And grandma, are you a fucking old whore? Are you a vintage whore? So, yeah, but I'm just saying, what grandfather would encourage their granddaughter to prostitute themselves? To what she said, she's a 20-year-old girl and there's a 50-year-old man that wants to pay her for sex. And a grandmother who's supposed to be, wise, a little smarter, give some advice. Maybe not talk her granddaughter into being a sleazebag. You know what I mean? Again, could it be funny, and this is all set up? I don't know, maybe, but I don't think this is any different than what I've heard in real life. I've heard older women say that to younger women. Hey, get it while you can, girl. That shit. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, she's making a horrible decision in the advice that she gave her granddaughter. And the first question she asked is, does he have money? Do him have money? Jesus fucking Christ. Not, does he have AIDS? Is he a serial killer? Does he seem fucking safe? Do you think he might rape you in the middle of the fucking night and abduct you? You dumb fucking grandmother? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, really, I wanted to play this video here because I'm going to show you a woman who totally understands. Who totally understands the plight of the sexist. And I gotta say, I absolutely love this woman. I hope there's more like her out there. And there's more that needs to be more vocal like this. Because the feminists have had the goddamn talking stick for too long. That's what I say. So I'm gonna play this video of this beautiful young lady speaking about about the new the modern times and relationships with men and women. So I'm just gonna play it. And then also, by the way, she says something she makes a really great point in this video, and I'm gonna stop it a little bit after that. So it's about a minute and a half. So check this out though. It's worth it.
Literally gonna say this as nicely as I can. If you are a woman and you are saying that you have a dream job, you are a special type of stupid. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't dream of working. I don't dream of having a job. And you know what? It used to be a point in time where women didn't have to work. All they had to do was do their husband's laundry and make him dinner and have sex with him every once in a while, and they didn't have to work. But now, guess what? Women do have to work. And that's the problem with this society right now. But you know what? I'm going to add my little 2 cents to it. And here we go. Management positions are for men. Women should not be in management positions because women do not know how to handle power. As if this is a big shocker. Men were created to be in positions of power. Men were created to lead. Women were created to follow. Men are smarter than women. Men are stronger than women. Why is this such a big shocker in today's day and age? Every time I look on TV, women have been upgraded to all of these new fancy positions. You got women out here, they want to be captains of ships. They want to be police officers and firefighters. That's so stupid. If I'm ever in need of some sort of help, do not send a female police officer to my door. Do not come to my house. If you are a female firefighter, do not come to my house. Period. And I'm on record saying that every time I see a woman in a position of authority, I think 2 things. She's in over her head and she doesn't know what she's doing. And why would I want a female firefighter or a female police officer showing up to my house? Everything y'all do, y'all need a man for backup. Might as well just send the man. Didn't nobody tell y'all to apply for these jobs? You know that stuff is too heavy for you guys to lug up all of those stairs. Why would I have a woman try to defend me on my behalf? If I call the police, if I call 911, I want the biggest, strongest man on the police force to come to my door. I don't want some woman. Do not send a woman to my house. I don't care if she's 6 feet tall. Stay where you are. Literally, the only thing a female police officer can do is to point me to a male police officer. And you hear people
Jesus Christ. My God, I think we found the female Crishaun the Don, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's my. Well, let me first off say the out of the whole thing, the biggest flex in this whole thing is that as she's sitting there completely destroying feminism, with utter ease, she's doing her husband's laundry as she's doing this rant. God damn. That's a queen. That is a queen. Right there. That is more boss than any fucking Nicki Minaj video I've ever seen in my life. Any one of these feminist artists, she just fucking bossed them. Not even with what she's saying, but with what she's doing. She's not twerking. She's not showing her fucking asshole in the video. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, she gets it. She understands it. I was trying to track this girl down. I couldn't find it, but I really wanna have a conversation with her. I think she's great. If anybody can put me in contact with her, please do. Yeah, I mean, you know, she makes a really good point though in that when it does come to you need the police, how do you feel if you had some kind of intruder or somebody trying to cause you harm and they sent a female cop? I'd be a little pissed, to be honest. Like, all right, well, now I gotta fucking protect 2 people. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, fucking, like, it's just not, I think she's totally right. I think she makes a great point. Like, what if you did specifically ask for a male cop based on that reasoning? Are you now a sexist? Are you now evil? Or are you just somebody that's trying to survive and wants a better chance at surviving a horrible situation? And you want the most equipped person possible, not some fucking glorified crossing guard to come and help you. So, yeah, I mean, again, she brings up a great point. And it's common sense. She even says it too. She goes, I don't understand why this is so hard to understand in this day and age. And for anybody that's gonna go, oh, this is just some hateful woman, like, I'm telling you, I love this woman because she's being a woman. I don't hate women. I'm not a sexist because I hate women. I'm a sexist because I love women. Male feminists hate women. Male feminists, like, how can you truly protect a woman if you believe you're fucking 50-50 with them? If you believe that she can handle herself. She doesn't really need me. The fuck are you there for? Do you hide behind her if there's an intruder coming into the house? And how does she feel about that? I'm just saying, man. I think it's imperative that men stand up. And I think it's imperative, too, for men to accept that they're just sexist. Because a lot of men, once they buy into that 50-50 relationship stuff and, gender equality, and then once it doesn't work out for them, they take it out on women. And they become angry at women. And I think it's because they took their ideology from women. It's like if somebody, tells me, tells me this is what God is. God is actually, this rock. I have a rock and I go, this is God. We have to worship this rock. And then one day the rock breaks apart after a few years. I'm going to be mad at the person who told me to worship the rock because he wasted all that time. He wasted all my energy and my emotions. Might be a bad analogy, just came up with it on the spot, but you kind of get what I'm saying. I think men get mad when they buy into this shit. And it's because they get mad at women because it comes from women. And they don't know how to accept that, or not accept it. They don't know how to process that anger. When in reality, and what I did is I just accepted that I was a sexist. I just accepted that, okay, women are, they don't think like we think. They're different. 50-50 relationships don't work. They're not real. We could say it is. We can go, okay, we're going to do half and half in this relationship, but you're always going to end up doing more as a man. Just innately, you are. So why not accept it as your reality instead of living in this fantasy that this woman created for you? And then once that fantasy crumbles, now you're just left alone, you're angry, and you don't know how to process it. And then you're also stuck with this idea that, well, my innate feelings of thinking that women are just different is bad. It's evil. And it's not. It's not. It's just you snapping back to reality once her fake fantasy crumbles. So that's why I encourage men to just accept sexism, because it goes down the line. It goes down the line. And once you accept that you're a sexist, it doesn't make you hate women. It makes you understand them more. It makes you because the problem is when we think 50-50 relationship, we think that we go, oh, okay, that means she's going to start thinking like me. But in reality, what she's doing is trying to make you think like her, which is destructive for both of you. Because that's what ends up happening, is because men are actually, we're fucking sweethearts. We're going to give in. We're going to do what makes her happy. All that happy wife, happy life horseshit. Not real. Not real. Focus on your happiness. No woman is going to be unhappy around a happy guy. And if she does, then she's just toxic and she's trying, you got to call that shit out. That's the way you fix it. You don't let her get away with it. It's as simple as that. I'm telling you. You know, and again, none of this is bullshit. None of this is me just saying, you know, saying stuff to be cool on the internet. I think that's the problem with this manosphere thing, is men are sexist because it's cool on the internet, but then in real life, they get a little pussy flashed before their eyes, they get some poom poom in their ear, and they sell out their entire ideology. They sell out their ideology in real life, and then they go back on the internet, and then they spout their anger and their, you know, I'm not going to call it hatred, but they spout their anger towards women. And it's because they just can't accept that women don't think like us. Again, it's freeing. It's fucking liberating once you accept it. Once you accept that you're smarter and you're stronger and you're, you know, inevitably better left to your own devices, as opposed to women who need us to be better and stronger. So, I mean, you know, that's basically where I'm coming from. I hope people understand that. There's a lot of guys, again, you know, with this manosphere thing where they go, you know, we need a Meninist movement, which I think is the lamest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. All we need to do is to go back to being sexists. That's all we need to do. We don't need a goddamn movement to be men. Movements are woman shit. That's for the women and the gays. Movements. We don't need that. We just do. And like I started this thing with saying, is we need to be like our forefathers. We need to be like our ancestors. You know, the generation, maybe 2 generations before us. They had it right. The past is our future. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me here. Backup channel, Misfit Nation podcast tonight, 8 o'clock. Be there. Or be queer. Didn't really rhyme, but I'm going to try to make it like an Eminem rhyme. Be there or be queer. Queer. You make it like 2 syllables. That's what I heard him say on that Anderson Cooper thing. Anyways, yeah, backup channel, the Misfit Nation podcast, at the Misfit Nation podcast on YouTube. We're going to be doing a full-on show here tonight. Got Jay Blaze and Wonder on the way. And yeah, some good topics we're going to get into. Being very vague, I know. All right. Well, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, I'm trying to get up to 20 likes per video. Let's make that the norm. We did that, I think, last week. A couple of our other videos are creeping up on 20. So let's get that going, man. Let's get it going. And also, our probation is almost up. So we'll be back on the main channel with the Misfit Nation podcast at some point soon. Yeah. And before I get out of here, let me read some comments. I see a few new people in there. 1R, I don't think you're new. I think I've seen you before, right? I agree 1,000 or 10,000%. Let's up that ante. 10,000. On what? By the way, I was going to tell you guys, when you're leaving comments, try to put them in context, because I missed them live. So at least I know what you're talking about. So, you know, like I if you're agreeing with her, you know, I agree with the girl 1,000%. So I know what you're talking about. That'd help out. Let's see. Vaughn954, Crishaun, I have a female friend that thinks like this lady. Also, she's starting up a podcast now. Definitely think you guys share a lot of the same views. Oh, I forgot I can highlight your comments. Nice. Put her in contact with me. I'm down. Tired of I'd like to get some, feminists on, but why are we giving them so much goddamn play? Let's get women like this on. I feel like this is more, if you want to use the word shocking, I think this is more entertaining. I'd love to listen to this woman just talk. But yeah, put me in contact with your or show her my show here. I'm more than willing, as long as she's not a crazy broad. You know, even if she is, that's actually fun too, right? Missy B, hello. And by submit, I mean, oh wait, I'm missing, I guess, part of her other one here. If you're a good man, meaning you lead, protect, and keep her best interests at heart, then I guarantee a good woman will relinquish her power and submit to you. And then the other part, and by submit, I mean pretty much do anything for you without even asking. Yeah. 100%. And that's where you know, that's why I don't, when women say that, because there's a lot of women that'll say, if you do this, women will 100% be, and they're usually lying. The thing about what Missy just said is she put a condition to it, which is reality. Reality is that, you know, love is not unconditional. You know, we have conditions to things. And you know, it's just, it is what it is. Men have conditions to love, women have conditions to love. And the reason why I believe she's being honest is because she put that there. She's saying, as long as you do this, and it's a real thing, like in what men actually want to do by nature. And I've witnessed it personally, that women do submit to you. You don't ask for submission. It's like you don't ask a woman to pull her hair. You just fucking do it. You just do it. That's it. Let's see. Most women, Vaughn954 again. Most women I know don't find Dave Chappelle funny, LOL. That should tell us everything we need to know. Yeah, like I don't agree with everything Chappelle says. And sometimes I don't find his jokes funny, but I'm not going to sit here and say he's not a funny guy. Like, that's the thing. Like, I could find people that I don't like to be funny. I think that's the difference between men's emotions and women's emotions. Is when a woman doesn't like another woman, she's not going to find her funny. Even if she says the funniest shit. They just can't get past it. I always say it, you know, I like people that I know don't like me. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think more people should be like that. Like, you shouldn't, just because somebody doesn't like you doesn't mean you have to bring that energy back. Not saying you trust them, not saying you fucking lend them money or do anything, but there's people who I know don't like me, but I love talking to them because we argue and we have deep conversations. So why would I say I don't like that person? I'm lying to myself. If I enjoy speaking to that person. I learned this from a coworker I had that I used to work with. That me and him used to argue every single day. Every day we would argue about race, we would argue about the president, we'd argue about Trump, we'd argue everything. Usually politics and all, you know, culture, that type of stuff. And you know, I used to be like, I hate this fucking guy. I do not like this guy. And then one day he called out of work and I was sitting there and I was like, you know, I'm bored. I wish he was here. And I realized, you know, I like this guy. I don't like what he says. I don't like, you know, I don't like, you know, what he believes and what he thinks about me. But I like talking to him. I enjoy being around this person. So I'm just saying I learned that younger when I was working. Like, okay, you know, you don't always have to deliver the same energy back. Sometimes you do, but not always. Most of the time you don't. Let's see. Vaughn, you just got canceled, bro. Did I? I think you only get canceled if you care. Don't care. Cancel me. You can't cancel me anyway. What are you gonna? You gotta give me something first, and then cancel me. That's how it works. That's what people that are they're fucking idiots. They don't have anything, and then they're apologizing for something they said or a joke they made. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Peter Ortiz, what's good, man? What is good? Vaughn954, I love where you're going with this convo. I hope I ended strong for you. A little early in the video. They're just as emotional about everything as most of them anyways. Have to learn to be more objective. Yeah. True. Vaughn, I'm openly chauvinist. And then, see, this is where you got to stop. Don't hit the LOL, JK. Be the real deal. Be the real fucking deal. Don't take it back. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to encourage you and be the voice that tells you it's not evil to be a sexist. It's not evil. It's okay, man. Let it out. No more JKs. Just say it. And by the way, openly a chauvinist. I think chauvinist, by definition, is openly. Sorry, I'm being a fucking vocabulary dickhead over here. But yeah, Misfit Ramdell, what's good? And that's it. I'm gonna be out of here. I got you, bro. This is Devin. Oh, Devin. Okay. Yeah. Childhood friend, right? I agree with her. 1R. Yeah. 100%. I see what you're saying in reference to your other comment there. All right, cool. Yeah, Devin, hit me up, man. Get in my DM there, my inbox. All right, guys. Well, I'm out of here again. Remember, follow the backup channel. We're gonna be doing a show later over there, couple hours. And that's it. I am out. And I wasn't ready for the outro, so I'll buy a couple more seconds here. And I'm out. Good day, folks.
It's tough love.
I want to start my campaign.
Are you ready to waste your time?
Yeah.
Are you ready to get ultra?
Never been one for.
Are you ready to hear the worst rap album of all time? Then crank it up to 11 and download Crishaun the Don's 800-pound gorilla. Hip-hop, we have a problem. Shh. Every bad boy has a conservative side.
I'm a mulatto with problems with
800-pound gorilla. It sucks.
Don't download Crishaun the Don's 800-pound gorilla on CD Baby, iTunes, Spotify, and other music platforms.
and apologists, no logic with their isms and their prisons for theologists. Beta males make me vomit, I'm an anomaly. I be dipped in gold like a.
How f***ing dare the Supreme Court do this shit? Women will die! But as long as it fits your Christian damn narrative, it must be correct!
Now, is it just me, or does it seem like these pro-choicers can't make their pro-choice arguments without bringing up religion? I mean, let it go, guys. It's not all about religion. It's about the science. Am I right? Talking about the female Kevin James over here. You know, it's too bad her mother didn't take advantage of that right when she had the chance, because then it would have saved us from hearing her daughter's TikTok rant. But you know, one thing we learned, we all can't get our way, right? My name is Crishaun the Don, and I am misinformed.